Today, let's see the concept of function, call by value and call by reference, pointer and recursion. Function is a block of code that contains a collection of set of statements. We can call a function from our code. That is jump instruction, jump to that address, and the control come back to the main function. We can do specific set of tasks in a function and can invoke any number of times. There are main advantages in function. The main advantages is reusability. We can reuse the code again and again. Then debugging is easier in functions because we break down the logic into different functions, so debugging is very easier. The part of the code what it does can be converted by function name. From function name we came to know that what function is doing. These are all the advantages of the functions. And if we need, we can pass values to that function in the parameters. In this example, ABC, the value of ABC will pass to the XYZ parameter. These are all about functions. Now we see about call by value and call by reference. In call by value, the value of that variable passes to the function argument, whereas in call by reference, we can pass the address of the variable to the function argument and change the value in that address. This is the example of call by value and call by reference. This is the example of swapping program. In call by value, the value of 10 and 20 will passes and the swapping operation will be performed. Whereas in call by reference, the address of that variable is passed and that swapping operation is performed. Now let's see about pointers. The variable which stores address is called a pointers. Pointer arithmetic means depending upon the size of the pointer, increment and decrement operation will be performed. If it is character means that character occupies 1 byte. So one number is incremented. Whereas an int occupies 4 bytes. So 4 number is incremented from that number. In this example, I stores the value 30 and its address is 6484. The address of the variable I is stored as a value of j, whereas the address of the j is stored as a value of k. J is called as an integer pointer, whereas k is called a pointer to an integer. That pointer pointing to an integer, that is known as k. This is about pointers. Now let's see about recursion. A function which call itself is called as a recursive function. For every variable, there will be stack will be allocated. After every return statement, value will be popped out from that stack. And this is the example program of factorial using the recursion. In the return function in recursion, return will return where we called previously, not from the first place where we called. It will return from previous place. In this program, when the first time when recursion is called from the main function, for example, x collects 3 means since x is not equal to 1, then if block is skipped and recursion is called again with the argument x minus 1. That is 2. This is a recursive call. Since x is still not equal to 1, recursive is called yet another time with argument 2 minus 1. This time x is 1. So control come back to the previous recursion with the value 1. Similarly, recursion evaluates the return value and finally 6 is returned to the main function and 6 will be printed. This is the use of recursion function. These are all about recursion, function, and call by value and call by reference and pointers. Thank you.